Good morning, everyone. This is Sonya from Sonya's Quilts and Embroidery, and I'm about to start my day. And I'm going to show you what I do during the day. I'm going to start up. I'm still sitting in my bed, see my pillows, and I was waiting on the temperature outside to get to at least 40 degrees. I have my heater on out in the shop. I did turn it down low last night because and I was just afraid that something might be too close to it, so I had my husband turn it down to low. And before he went to bed, he is gone to his job. He will be gone until Friday, and I have got to get out here and get started. And I'm gonna kind of take you through my day and what I do during a period of my work day. Alrighty, I'll be back when I get out to the shop. Okay, now it's time to get the machines oiled. I did prepare my hoops yesterday for, yes, I'm working on Santa bags. I know it's February, but it's never, ever, ever too early to order for Christmas. Never, ever too early to order for Christmas. If you, especially if you want something custom, order as early as possible. I mean, you cannot expect, if anybody is good at what they do, then you're not the only customer out there. So, people get overwhelmed during the year getting Christmas orders done. And there's also Christmas, and there's Valentine's Day, and there's Mother's Day, and Father's Day, and birthdays, and anniversaries, and all of that. So it's never too early to order for Christmas. But I'm gonna get these two started on Santa bags. I've got this one over here set up to do Santa bags. This is my newest machine. Just bought this one right before Christmas. It's hardly had any sewing time on it at all. Probably no more than 2 hours since I've had it. But I've got the two machines oiled, and I like to let those set just for a few minutes before I put the bobbins back in. We oil around the bobbin every morning. I do. Sometimes when Bethany's helping me, I have to remind her, did you oil the machine? And she forgets a lot. But, you know, that's what I'm here for. I'm the one that's got the money invested in the machine, so it's easy for me to remember to oil the machine. If they seize up, that's money out of my pocket. So, me turn you up just a little. Okay, put the bobbin back over here and make sure it's in there good. And these hoops, even though this machine over here is brand new, this machine right here is several years old, probably maybe 20 years old. And this machine over here I've had for oh my, almost 4 years. And all the hoops interchange. They all fit. All of them fit all the machines. And that is a good thought process on Brothers, I think, because a lot of times you buy one, you have multiples, and it's just easier if there's no reason. The hoops designs are great. There's no reason to change the hoop design. All right. For the Santa bags, used to use white, black, red, and brown. Bethany and I were discussing it, and we decided to omit the white. The only thing the white did was we used it to write on the stamp. This one has actually got black on it, but we used it to write on the stamp here, and I'm going to change that to use the black for the writing on the stamp. Here's one. It's got the white on the little stamp, and we're going to use a fabric that is lighter in color, and I'm only going to use black, red, and brown, omitting the white completely. Okay, so I need to get the machines threaded up, get these on the machines, and I'll be back a little bit later in my day. Okay, got both machines running now. This machine over here, and I probably will regret saying this, so far has run like a dream. It is time for it to be serviced, but it has had a Christmas break and a January break. So it's running like a dream. It's running perfectly, beautifully. Knock on wood. This one over here had a little issue. Had a new comb of red thread, and I could not find the end of it. So I had to peel off like 100 yards or more of thread to get it cleaned up and find the end to it. I don't know if there's a secret to find the end to it, but I've never had that kind of difficulty finding the end of the thread. Got it on there, got it all lined up, got everything set, match start, everything was running okay, and a few minutes into the embroidery, a couple of minutes into the embroidery, the black thread got so tight it broke the needle. It'll do it every time. It'll break a needle every time the thread gets too tight. It pulls, it bends that needle, and it breaks. I realized that the thread guide at the top of the spool, the thread had gotten wrapped around, and that was what was pulling it tight. Got that straightened out, got the needle changed, and this machine is running great. You hear that little squeak? This machine is the latest one to be serviced, but she is an old woman. This is an old woman right here, so we have to put up with her little noises she makes sometimes. It's not near as bad as it was before it was serviced. Before it was serviced, it got on my nerves so bad I couldn't stand to hear it run. So it ran perfectly. It embroidered perfectly, but the sound it made was like something trying to die inside the machine. It was horrible. I did have the man at the fabric store, the sewing machine store, to tell me that I need to get it serviced and sell it as fast as I could. I'm like, why? He said, because that machine is obsolete, blah, 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 blah. And I said, look, I didn't pay that much for it. I got a lot of thread with it. I got a lot of extra hoops with it. I got a set of like $1,200 fast frames came with it. And I'm just going to run her until she is a boat anchor. When she quits sewing, I will get rid of her, but not until then. Until then, she is very important to me. So, you know, if I was trying to not lose any money, but that kind of comes across to me as get her serviced to get rid of her as quick as possible. So is that saying like pass your junk on to somebody else? Because I'm not going to do that. I'm going to run her. She may run 5 more minutes. She may run 5 more years. Who knows? But she runs perfectly well. She does make a beautiful stitch. She's very reliable. So we're going to continue to help her along until she's gone. As far as I know, it can be fixed until the screen quits. When the screen quits, she's a goner. There's no way to fix the computer in this machine because it's obsolete. But luckily now, she's good to go. Alright, we got one over here that is very well into the embroidery. And I'm going to move over to my sewing machine and see what I got to do over there. I know one thing I got to do today, and that is to make a new Easter basket pattern. I have not made an Easter basket. I got thread on my tongue because I did buy some thread a while ago. But I have not made Easter baskets in a couple of years. So I'm going to find a inexpensive piece of textile. Don't know if it'll be interfacing. Don't know if it'll be canvas. Don't know if it'll be denim or whatever it'll be. But find a inexpensive piece of textile to make my Easter basket pattern. And I've got about 15 of those to make. I would like to have those well into being made by the end of the day so that I can get those embroidered. And I'm gonna finish the baskets completely before I embroider them. I used to cut the fabric out and then embroider them, and I decided this year I'm gonna make the baskets and then do the embroidery. That's my plan anyway. Okay, I went and got me a sandwich. I'm gonna eat that, and then I will work on the coming up with the Easter basket pattern. We'll be right back. Okay, I got me a piece cut off here of this, I don't know what it is. It's kind of a heavier weight fabric. A lady contacted me about a month ago, I guess, and she was cleaning out her mother-in-law. I believe they were cleaning out her mother-in-law's home. She had passed away and wanted to know if I wanted the fabric And she said, I don't know if you can use it or not, but she brought me a trailer load of fabric, and there was some of this in there, and so I thought this would be good to make my pattern with for my Easter baskets. Now I'm going to cut this I'm going to cut it 11 inches wide, and I may have to go back and cut another one, but it's trial and error until I get it right. Now I may have to pause this. I've got somebody stopping by in a few minutes. Always better to cut it too big than too small. Alright, I'm going to cut it off here, and this is about 16 inches. It's going to have a big bottom in it, so I have to allow for that. So I've cut 11 by 16 on the fold, so it's 11 by 32. And now I'm going to take it over to the machine and start sewing and see how this ends up. You got to have a nice big flat bottom, and it looks a little tall right now, but once that bottom is put in, it's going to take up some space. So alright, let's try this. Okay, I'm going to sew up the sides first. I tell you, the week that I had to sew in the house with a little home sewing machine for those few days, or for that week, last week, when it was just too cold to be out here. Ooh, it was rough on my nerves. I had I'm gonna sew a bottom on this because I need a straight line to get this right. It was not the ideal situation for sewing. I had to sew on a folding table, which is never a good idea. That machine bounced around, but I did manage to get one quilt completely finished, well, one quilt put together, and then I was able to get another one well on the way, and I finished it yesterday out here because it was beautiful yesterday here. It was in the low 60s, so I was able to come back home to my shop. Now I'm going to measure this by using, let me see if I can show it to you. I'm using this little screw plate here. I don't know what it's for, but I'm going to use it, and I'm going to go over to the second screw. That's just another way of measuring, because I want to be able to do it the same on both sides. Okay. Pick up the other side. And the reason I put a bottom in it so I could match up my seams easier on the side and the bottom. I got somebody coming by to pick up some quilts in a few minutes. She'll be here 15 or 20 minutes, and then I got another lady coming by to drop off some t-shirts. I told her I would do her a t-shirt quilt. Okay, those should be the same. I'm going to leave those ears on there for now. Turn it right side out and look to see what I have. Of course, I will be using fusible fleece to make these baskets bigger. And it's way too tall. So let's just fold her down till we get a desired height. Like I said, I wished I had put the pattern away from, or I guess I could go back and look at my own video, because I did do a video on this and give you the exact measurements, but okay, that's looking good. I think it's still a little squatty. a little bit too tall, but I think I will mark it there, because once the lining is put in it and it's folded down, it should be about right here. Let's look at the bottom of this. The bottom got a nice big flat bottom in it. I'm not happy with that. I got a pleat in it right there. Not a big deal. This is just a prototype. I'm not going to fix that. And there's my mistake right there. I wasn't careful. That right there is perfect. Couldn't be more perfect alignment on that. But this over here, I don't know what I did. I messed up bad on that. I'm not worried about that right now. Okay, so I'm going to take this over to I'm going to take it over to the cutting table, and I'm going to cut it down, cutting off 5 inches. So on the fold, it needs to be 11 wide, straight, not on the fold. But when you cut the length for the basket, it needs to be 11 inches on the fold. So it'll be 22 inches long by 11 inches wide. And that should give us a perfect Easter basket. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to cut it down and try to start cutting out some baskets today. I have got some fusible fleece ordered. It won't be here until Thursday. But I do have a small piece that I can get started on today. And maybe get one on the machine and get that embroidered. I do need to make up some prototype. I need to make up some baskets so that I can send some pictures to my customers, because I don't have the same fabric that I had in my Facebook picture that I put out if anybody was interested in Easter baskets. So I need to make up some in the fabrics that I have so that I can show them. I don't have that anymore because I had a really pretty check 2 years ago. It was like a green and white check and a pink and white check, maybe a blue and white check. They were really, really pretty and springy looking, and they don't care. I don't have those anymore. Matter of fact, I was able to get some on clearance. I think some green on clearance, but I did buy some more really pretty fabrics for Easter, and I need to make up some baskets in those and get those pictures up, because Easter, I believe, is around the 3rd of April, which is my son's birthday. He'll be 36. That's my youngest son. I have another son that will be 38 this year. Wow, where has the time gone? I still remember the sleepless nights and the walking the floor and chasing them through the yard and everything. But anyway, they're pretty good boys now. Well, they were good boys then. Actually, they were easier then. But anyway, my youngest son is here just about every weekend. Him and my husband. We did get our boat. We got a pontoon, but it needs some work done on it. And my son is helping my husband. We're waiting on a part to come in, and hopefully it'll be in by the end of the week. If not, it'll be the first of next week. Oh, no, Noah, my 8-year-old grandson, has a birthday this weekend. He will be 9, and he had waited till the coldest, nastiest day in Alabama or in southern Tennessee to have a appendicitis attack. So he had to be transported by ambulance last Monday night to Vanderbilt Children's in Nashville, and my son said they slipped and slid all the way to Nashville, which is about, from their house, probably about 75 miles maybe. Anyway, it was a rough trip, but he got his appendix taken out. I went and picked him up on Wednesday because they would not let my son drive his personal vehicle for liability purposes. So they went by ambulance, and I had to go pick him up Wednesday morning. And so he came and spent the night with me Friday night. Him and his brother Matthew, they came and spent the night Friday night. And then don't know if they'll get to come this weekend or not, because it is Noah's birthday. So he might get to spend the night this weekend. He was disappointed he didn't get to stay 2 nights last weekend. One night's about enough for Granny, but they call me abuela. They are from Honduras. They are my natural grandchildren. They belong to my oldest son, and him and his wife could not seem to get their act together. And so my youngest son flew down there almost 5 years. It's August will be 5 years. Or last of July will be 5 years. Flew down there, picked them up, brought them home, and the rest is history. They are very smart little boys. Matthew will be 11 in June, and Noah will be 9. He's actually born on February the 29th, so he will have to celebrate his birthday this weekend. And he's a precious little boy, mischievous but precious. And so, but he is minus 1 appendix now. So, but I'm going to cut 5 inches off this. I did mark it when I had it folded down. That is almost exactly, right exactly 5 inches. So I'm going to cut it 11 inches on the fold, which is 22 by 11 inches wide, and see what I come up with then. Okay, so I have got my pattern fixed right now for the Easter basket. But I'm going to lay that aside for a little while. And I'm going to bind this big queen size quilt. And then I will get back on my Easter baskets. That was requiring me to think a lot. And I can't explain to you how my brain works. You know, I am left-handed. But when I have to put so much thought into something, it makes me tired. Make all the jokes you want, but thinking makes me exhausted. Having to figure out something. I should have went back and watched my own video, but I did not. I don't want to, so I'm not. But I got the pattern made. It ended up being 10 1/4 cut on the fold, which is 20.5 inches long and 11 inches wide. And I was happy with that look after I got it done. After I got it made, after I got the outside of the basket made, I did take the pattern apart, pick out all my seams, lay it out flat to see what I had. So, I'm going to be cutting out some of those in a little while. But first, I'm going to put the binding on this quilt. Notify this lady that this quilt is finished. She is local, but I don't know. She may work and just prefer me ship it. I don't know yet. I got to figure that out. Got somebody come by to pick up some quilts, and somebody come by to drop off some t-shirts. Not really advertising doing t-shirt quilts this year. Not advertising that at all. But I am taking on a few. I'm trying to keep it under control to where I can still work out here without falling and breaking my neck. So it gets so bad out here when I take on all these t-shirt quilts that I can't even walk around for all the boxes. So I'm going to put the binding on this quilt while I'm waiting on those 2 ladies. And then I'm going to get back on the Easter basket making. Both embroidery machines. One embroidery machine has kicked off. I need to go back and see what is wrong with it. If the thread has broke or if it's time to reprogram the threads on it, because it does take a break. It does stop in between threads. And after it gets past the reindeer, you have to reprogram it. I wish it would let me program it all the way through, but it has a stop. And I don't know if on So What Pro you can actually edit that stop out. I wish I did know. If you do know how to do that, to edit out a stop. I don't understand why the stop was put in to start with. But there is a stop in between the reindeer and then putting on the reindeer's nose and continuing on with the red. And I would like to know if you know how to take that stop out of that program that I have purchased. If you do know how to do that, let me know. I would greatly appreciate it. It would save me a lot of walking back and forth to the machines, but I just don't know how to do that. Alright, I'll be back in a few minutes to let you know what I'm doing next. I really wanted this to be a day in the life, but it turns out this is going to be a week in the life of me. And I've had to, the first day I started taping this, videoing this, I had to run to my sister's, I had to run to the post office, I had to run to Florence, I had to just do a little running around. I didn't get a lot filmed and or videoed, whatever you want to call it. And then Tuesday, I think I had to run back to town. And it's just, you know, that's part of the business. You have to do your running around. You have to go to the post office. You have to go to the bank. You have to go to the fabric stores. You have to go to, you know, it's just a lot of different things. And I think I shipped this week 6 or 7 quilts this week, I think. So today we are, Bethany has gone to pick me up some fabric. She had to go to Florence anyway, so she's gone to pick me up some fabric. we have been working on doing the embroidery for a Crown Royal quilt. This is what the squares look like, and I ran out of this particular fabric, and it said Hobby Lobby, so she ran to get that. And while she's gone, I'm going to take all this off the embroidery machine. We've got an Easter basket that we have made. I haven't put the lining in. I decided to do the embroidery before we put the lining on. So, but this is one of my Easter baskets. I've got to make, I think it's 14 I have to make for the customers that have already ordered. But I'm trying to make up some prototypes just you know, to show. And it's getting a little late in the year for this. But I thought, well, if nobody wants this one, I'll make it for my little grandson Levi, because he likes the heavy equipment, trucks and stuff. And I'm just going to put just his name on this one, and it needs a lining. So, handles stand up nice. Well, it would if it was full, if the Easter basket was full. So, but when it doesn't have anything in the bottom, it kind of collapses. And then I've got Santa bags. I've got to get these machines programmed for the second half. And this is what I was talking about on this machine. When it gets to a certain point on these Santa bags, it stops. And there's no reason for the machine to stop. You should be able to program it all the way through to the end. But if for some reason it's got to stop halfway between this design. I don't understand it. I did not make the design. So, looks like Betsy had already pre-programmed it. But it doesn't matter if you pre-program it, it still stops. This one she has already got programmed to finish. So all we need to do is start the machines back up and get them going again. I've ran dangerously low on my bobbins, which is, this jar was full. But as you can see, I've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 bobbins. Got enough to change the machines 3 times each. But I have got a box coming in of, I believe I buy them by boxes of 100. I used to buy them at the sewing machine stores, but I found some on eBay. They're probably, I guess it's like an off-brand. I'll try to remember to leave that link in the description box. But I get 100 of them for $19.99. Now they do come with this little plastic, with this little paper, and that's not necessary for my machine. And I usually peel those off before, and my nails are awful. That one completely broke off last night, and this one broke off this morning. Can't keep fingernails when you're sewing, but I peel those off and just have a nice tight pre-wound bobbin. So it's not, and I put one on the other day and didn't tear that off. So it really doesn't matter. It's just I'm used to seeing them without that cardboard, so I will. I just take that off sometimes. I've got I've got a YouTube follower on her way here now. She is coming to bring some quilts that she wants me to quilt for her. And she's been following me on my Facebook and my YouTube. And she lives close to me, down the road. So she's on her way here to bring me some stuff that she wants me to do for her. Finish for her, do for her, I'm not really sure. Anyway, got everything going good today. It's nasty outside, very nasty. Been a lot of work done on the house. The new porch has been built, and the steel roof has been put on. The new vinyl has come in, and the new windows has come in. But it'll be a week from Monday before my contractor can get back to it. He's got something else going on, and plus the weather here is just so nasty and wet. It's not as cold as it's been but it is very wet. Water standing everywhere outside. So I need to get a lot done today, and I've got 6 pillow shims to make for somebody. I've got teddy bears to make, and I can't get it done if I'm not busy. So Oh, let me show you right quick some of the other Easter baskets that we did yesterday. We have it with the carrots on there. Typically, when we do a design, we stick with the same pattern on that color. There's no point in making one green with a rabbit, one green with something else, and one green with carrots. So we just typically stick with that color. And I only bought a yard of this fabric, and it made 4 Easter baskets and the handles with a little left over. But you can make these Easter baskets out of most anything, any kind of. I've got some here out of denim. Now I did not put the fusible fleece in the handle of the denim because it just made them way too fat. So, but this is the denim one. Hasn't got anything on it yet. It's going to have a truck, an Easter truck with a little rabbit's butt. I think it's the one. A little rabbit's head is sticking out the back of the truck with Easter eggs. And then got the pink polka dots, and I can't remember. I think the pink polka dots, yes, will all have this little floral bunny on it. And we will add names to these if anybody wants. So that's what's going on this morning. Got Santa bags going, and I can't tell you what a lifesaver having. Well, one machine was wonderful. I was so excited when I got my first machine. Then t-shirts, and they will be in Monday. I ordered 40, and so I've got 40 shirts coming in Monday. I've got size 2, 3, 4, and 5, I believe. And my plan is to applique something on the shirts that will match fabric that I already have. Say for instance this fabric. I've got a bolt of this with the heavy equipment on it, and I would like to do some kind of, pick out one of the pieces of heavy equipment, put it on the shirt, and then make matching shorts to go with it. I'll probably put those on my Etsy shop. Probably do like a sample of one, of a couple different designs, and then take, fill the orders after that. And that's why it's nice to have the third machine. Santa bags take an hour each, and used to I could get 1 done in an hour. Now with 2 machines I get 2 done in an hour. So the Santa bags are clicking right on through. Matter of fact, I'm gonna start putting some of those together today and get the ribbon put in. Anyway, my customer will be here in a few minutes, and I couldn't believe I had a customer, YouTube follower that was this close to home, but she's coming over here to bring her stuff. Hope she's not disappointed that I'm not a fancy kind of shopping person, but I'm just not. And let's see, what was I gonna say? My fusible fleece came in yesterday. I ordered a bolt of that from Amazon for the Easter baskets, and okay, guess it wasn't important. Anyway, thank y'all all so much for watching, and I'm gonna finish this video. I'm gonna wind this up, and I know what I was gonna say. I went to a fabric store the other day, about 100 miles from home, and I was in there and had a mask on. Hate wearing masks, but I wore one that day. There's a lot of old women in there, and they look at you funny if you don't wear one. But this older lady came up to me. I don't know if she follows me or not, but if she does, hey Elizabeth. But she came up to me and she said, "You look familiar." And I said, "Well, I make quilts." She said, "Oh, you're Sonya from Sonya's Quilts and Embroidery." She said, "I follow you on Facebook. Been following you for a long time." She is also a quilt maker. Never made her a quilt before, but she does follow me, which is just, I think it's so cool that somebody 100 miles from home recognized me. But you never know when you're walking around who knows you and you don't know them. Who knows your mom and daddy and knows who you are, but you don't know them. So always be nice. Somebody could tell on you. Alright, that's all. And I'm opening up a online fabric store. I've got several thousands of yards of fabrics on bolts. I've got a 1/2 inch elastic in black and white. I have got quilt lining. So if you're interested in any of that, contact me on Facebook. On Off the Cutting Room Floor is my page on Facebook where that I sell fabric, and I will be posting all the pictures of the fabrics on there very shortly. It'll be open to the public for public to come up and buy fabric, but only 1 day a week, and I think I've picked Thursdays for that. I've started counting the days it would not be convenient, and I got to Thursday and I was out of days because I counted for Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and I was like, Tuesday, Wednesday's not really a good day. Well, I only got 1 day left, so I'll be open to the public 1 day a week, Thursdays. I just don't have time to have that open all the time, and so I'm not going to stress myself out. If anybody wants to buy fabric from me in my other building, then they'll just have to come on Thursdays. Or order it off the Cutting Room Floor on Facebook. Thank you all so much, and I hope you got some useful information out of this video. I've got to get back to my machines. I got to get back to my commercial machine. Beth will be here shortly to get this third machine running with Easter baskets. And I hope you have a good day. I hope you're dry and safe and warm and well, and everything is going good for you. Thank you. Bye-bye.